Yeah. So, do you find that most of YouTube is basically useless? Type in the comments below useless. Or do you find that most of YouTube is actually very useful and there's a lot of value that you see on the internet? Type down there, so much value. Right. So, if you don't know me, I am somebody who does 1,000. I've written on the title down there that I'm doing 1,000 of these, and I'm in day 33. So the intention of doing this is to get a hang of how YouTube works, and I'm basically prototyping and testing my own YouTube channel to figure out like how to basically add value on YouTube. So here we're going to talk about three things, and I'm going to bring it on from the top of my head. It is improvisation, prototype and testing, and how to improve or how to keep improving on your iterations. So, design thinking, that's what my channel is actually about. It's about thinking in design. So, I've been in the architecture industry for about 7.5 years, 7 and 8. Let's just round it up to 8. So, I've been working as an architect for 3 years. I've worked under firms and worked as a freelancer, and I was in architecture school for 5 years. The final year being an internship, but I was still affiliated with the college. Doesn't matter. So in architecture, that we are taught about how to design, and designing happens mostly in like a closed loop where you draw stuff and you give the people, the jurors, the people who have the authority to understand how things work in the real world, you know apply whatever concepts are there based on their experience and move on. Yeah, but design thinking is a bit more refined in a way that, of course, the architecture methodology that I was following probably is outdated. And the new architecture methodology you see in most universities today is that they would be asked to like test their concepts or designs out there. So this is what I'm doing here. Like I could probably be doing this at home, just working on practicing my video recording, but then I would not have the valuable feedback from the amazing community that's there on the internet. Yeah, I guess some trolls would be there too, but I'd take that risk. I think, I suppose I have a thick enough skin, or I will get in thick enough skin by reading all the comments. Regardless, it's all about improvisation and iterating on your first product. So basically, you have to consider each video that you are as a YouTube creator putting out there is your product, because you are building it, and it's as if you're building something which is solid and something which will stay out in the internet world. You got to think about the internet as if it's a metaverse, and your video, philosophically speaking, your video is a part of you. You know how in Harry Potter, in the final book, you find that the main big bad, Voldemort, was cutting pieces of his soul and putting it into objects. These were called Horcruxes. This is not actually a spoiler, but it's something which will make sense if you read Harry Potter. So basically, he's putting a part of his soul to an object and he's putting it out in the world. And in Voldemort's case, he's the bad guy. So his objects have this evil essence. So even if the object or the thing was supposed to do good, it acts in a malevolent way and it hits you. Like that's the whole concept of bad design. Like a bad design may come from uh, you know from ignorance, or the bad design may come from not working hard enough. But excuse me. But that's the whole point of my argument is that this bad design comes from actually not giving a damn about your users or customers. So if you are a malevolent, misanthropic designer, then it'll probably reflect on your design. So if you think that, I'm actually asking this question, it's not rhetorical at all. If you think, if what do you think will happen if a designer who hates humanity like starts designing a door or starts designing architecture or starts designing products and stuff? Wouldn't Don't you think it will reflect on the stuff that he designs? Like, let's make this guy's day really bad when I put the ad symbol to click on the skip ad button really small, so his thick fingers won't be able to activate it. Stuff like that, like there's a whole funny website of bad UX design where the UI is made as a joke, but it can show you like how bad design can really ruin your day. And sometimes good design, like good salesmen, are invisible. So you don't notice how good a design is until the design doesn't work. So this is the whole point of this video. And yeah, so what I'm making is making these individual products to to make sure that like these are all my product iterations. So like this is like how Thomas Alva Edison came up with 9,999 ways how not to make a light bulb. He made 10,000 light bulb prototypes, right? So whatever. These are all 33 videos so far of how not to make a YouTube. Like, you got to work on a lot of other things such as editing and whatnot. And me filling up my channel with all these videos is one thing, is to get me the momentum to start mine. So what I'm like, excuse me, what I'm counting on is that this video making process is going to go exponential. An exponential function which starts from decimal point. So like the quality of my video right now could be 0.1, 0.5 out of 10. And like I expect that it's doubling up. So even if it's 0.01, the quality of my videos, it is the next video, it adds up. It becomes 0.02 and so on and so forth until it reaches 0.5, 0.6. And but once it reaches a whole number, which is 1, it takes only 20 doublings for it to reach a million. So that's the whole idea, that once you see me get to the end of day 1000, I expect the video would be really good and I would be able to bring in like some fantastic editing and whatnot. And this is the whole thing about where the iteration part of it comes, because one of the reasons that I am not investing so much resources on coming up with like this is basically this is basically an excuse. All right. So one of the reason the excuse, excuse me, one of the excuses that I'm giving myself about not coming up with good videos is that I don't have the time and I don't know the area of the vast array of topics which I know and I like. I don't know which to choose and which to combine to come up with an intelligent video. That's what the whole point of knowledge and intelligence is. You know where to hit. You don't like not just how accurately you can hit it. There's like the whole point of like learning how to shoot the damn arrow. You will learn that pretty quick. That's like the 20% of the easy thing. The whole point of effectiveness comes when you can spot the target, like even in like in a very difficult position. And the purpose of making this video is that I basically have 1000 arrows and I'm keep shooting it every day to see if anything hits, anything sticks, then I can focus on building on that. So I would also have to have multiple arrows. I also would have to hit on multiple targets. So this is one of them. And see, this might seem like a numbers game, right? The quantity or quality thing, I accept that. So at the same time, this might be a premature entry into the marketplace. Similarly, like how startups and entrepreneurs think right now is that they do the ship, like they just build and ship it. There's a term for it, and I don't know that term right now, but the term is that you ship as soon as you build it. So as soon as I'm building it, I'm shipping it out there, and the more I get the feedback, the more I get to learn on how to tweak the video in such a way that it could work. So, but the whole thing is that I add value to the marketplace. So it's okay that if I am adding these stuff, which like some of these things are obviously failures. Like most of my YouTube videos are going to be failures. Like there are zero views sometimes, there are zero likes, no comments, nothing. So that's a part of the game. Even in any domain, like if you are in art, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are in like I don't know, underwater basket weaving classes, I don't know. Like most of your products, when you're starting out, they will not suffice to the standards of what you had seen, which inspired you in the first place to try this. The whole point of your persistence is a faith that one day you'll be one of the best. So I was inspired to do this based on the people that I saw on YouTube who make all these crazy videos, who have like awesome editing, and they have all that. But most importantly, they have an amazing idea, and they're able to communicate that idea in such a way. And the good editing and the music and all those special effects that you see on YouTube, it just complements all of that. So once you have the foundation set up, you have a way to move forward. And this is my way of doing the experiments. So this is basically an experimental channel. So that sounds much better that I just make 1,000 crappy videos. Like it's an experimental project. So there you go. I just came up with that. So, bye.